Hi there. So in this video I'm going to show you how to do fetch get. I'm going to show the front end and the back end, and the timestamps will be in the description below. So I'm going to have my server running on NodeMon. So any changes which I make in the server file, the server will just constantly reload. So I don't need to think about restarting the server. Here, everything's exactly the same from the previous videos. We've got our counter. And the only difference here is I've cleaned up some console logs and taken some of the unnecessary JSON files out. So here's the backend, the server side. First we want to do app.get, and as you can see here we have const app equals the express, and then we have express require the express module. So app.get and then the URL. So I'm going to be sending over the dog breeds data. So I'm going to call mine dog breeds. You want to do a comma here, and then another brackets, and in here you'll have a request and response, or you can just have rec and res equals arrow, and then curly brackets. And the only thing which you need in here is res or response dot send, and then what you're going to send over. Well, I'm sending over my dog breeds, and I showed how to pass JSON files in a previous video. So now we've done that, and that's linked with the dog breeds URL. I can just put in localhost 3000 and dog breeds URL, and there we are. That's all the dog breeds. So that's literally the server side. It's quite simple. And then we go on to the front end. So let me go back onto localhost 3000. And as we click here, it's doing this counter function. I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to make it so we're going to fetch the dog breeds. So first of all, you need to have your function. So I'm going to call mine const all breeds. Oh. And then in here we'll have fetch and then the URL. So it's got to be exactly the same as the one on our server. So mine's dog breeds. Then, so we'll have res or response. And then response or res.json. Then, and here you can call, this is, you can sort of name your data. So you could call it, I'm going to call mine dog breeds, but whatever it's called. And then we'll just do console.log and dog breeds, or whatever you've called it here. So that's literally it. So the next thing I want to go into the index.html. Here I've got my onClick counter, but instead of that I'm going to take that away and call it the name of that function, which was all breeds. I want to refresh the browser and click me, and then I've got my array of dogs. Cool. So the next thing I'm going to show is how you can sort of just simplify this down. And you just want another function. It's going to do the exact same. So I'm just going to call it all breeds 2. And then I just want to do const response, if I can spell. And then my response is going to equal, oh, I need to do async here. So const all breeds 2 equals async. I'm not too sure if I need them brackets there or not, to be honest. Actually, from the look of that, it looks like I do. const response equals await. And then what are we awaiting? Well, fetch. And here you'd want the URL. So we have got dog and then breeds. Oh no, not dot then, dot JSON. Oh, it's done it by itself. Okay. Wow. Okay. I was gonna do that next. Const response. Okay, so we await fetch the URL and then .json, and this will, the output of this is the exact same as the first function. If we do console.log response, and then this is called allbreeds2. So I'm just going to put a 2 on the index page with that function. Refresh, click me, and then we have all the dog arrays. I mean, you can just make this all one line. So I can just delete this here. I can do console. It's because it's there. I can do console log, and then wrap all this. Take that line out. Refresh and click me. And it's the exact same. So I'm going to just split this up so you can see both sides. Maybe not. So on here we've got the server side, and then the front end side.